Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've got a new one for us today. I got the new Thunder Punch He-Man from the latest releases in the Origins line. This is going to be the Snake Men line. And check it out. Looks very much like our vintage version of He-Man. The vintage Thunder Punch He-Man, I should say. Very nice. You got his accessories, got the shield, got the sword, then you got this little flame effect for his fist. Now, of course, with our vintage, he had that snap punch action thing. This one isn't going to have that. Those use those little caps that you put in cap guns. Let's look at the artwork on the back here. He-Man uses the power of Grayskull to summon the mega-powered Thunder Punch. Of course, you can see we got the Snake Troopers. And then our cross-cell art here, we've got King Hiss, Radlor, Cobra Khan, Boltman. We got our Snake Armor He-Man, and of course our Thunder Punch. There's a little action feature here. Very cool. Yeah, I was happy to pick this one up today. We've got a local collectible store that I visited for the first time today. Everybody been telling me to go in there, and I visited for the first time today, and I was super impressed with the selection that they had. So yeah, I don't need to hunt at Target or Walmart anymore since they don't really carry anything. And this store had a lot of stuff that even like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth didn't have readily available. So I will definitely be going back there. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this out of the package because I'm really anxious to get my hands on it here. Let's see. So we'll start over here on the right-hand side with the accessories. See how well we can peel this without destroying the card back. Yeah, let's see. We'll just peel the card off. Set it to the side. And let's see, our comic with this one, Heart of the Snake. Let's see the Sorceress, King Hiss, and there's our Thunder Punch He-Man. Let's see, Falcon. Cool, we get our Mechanic with the Ground Ripper. That's interesting. Mechanic with the snake head, like Radlor. That would be a cool custom. Nice cross-cell art. All right, and then we get our little diagram showing us what we can remove. Of course, it's all basically the same stuff. The one thing I will say it doesn't show that you can pop him off at the waist like all the others. But you can do the hands and basically your boots and the head. All the arms don't come off either. Oh, okay. So we're going to have to look a little closer at this and see what the big difference is here. Alright, so there's the He-Man. Let's go ahead and there's his little punch effect. Here's the gold sword, which I'm glad we're getting a gold sword again. And his shield. So let's get He-Man out. Does he does have some bands. Let's see if we can there we go. Yeah, just break those things off. Sometimes they break real easy, and then sometimes they just don't want to come out. So what do we got? What is the difference? Oh, check that out, folks. Something we haven't had on any of our Origins figures. The springback action. Now, it's a little weird. But you get that popping noise. So I guess that's how we're doing the Thunder Punch He-Man now. You know, I'm not mad at it. It is what it is. It's a modern take on it. They certainly weren't going to give us the little caps that you put in a cap gun like they did with the OG He-Man. And I have the original Thunder Punch He-Man, but honestly, it's not really accessible at the moment. So I may have to dig it out and come back and do a little follow-up to compare. But for now, this is what we've got. And I like it. I mean, it's odd that you can't remove the arms. I guess it's because of the way they had to do the mechanism inside. But maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's not going to bother us too much to have one He-Man in our line that we can't really take everything off of. I do like we're getting the classic head on this one, as they basically completely did away with that resculpt. Yeah, and then the armor. The armor is a soft plastic, rubbery kind of material, like all the others. This isn't a hard material, easily to take off. Let's see, and the shield. Let's see. I always thought it was interesting with the shield because it could actually hold the sword. Kind of cool. Yeah. So there you go. There we got our Thunder Punch He-Man. Now this is one of the deluxe figures, so it's a little more expensive. But you know what? It's worth it. Getting something different. It is kind of odd though to getting a deluxe figure and not having a whole lot of additional pieces. Like we didn't get an additional head or additional hands. That's a little odd. So maybe they are cheaping out on us a little bit with this line now. So let's lower the camera and get some better angle view of him standing on his own. All right, so I like it. Very cool to see this version of He-Man. Now the Flying Fist He-Man was okay, not my favorite. It also had a gimmick to it with the spinning thing, but I think I like this one better. This is a little more subtle, and you can actually pose him and stuff, and not have to worry about him trying to spin and twirl around on you. So yeah, I think this one's good. I think this is a good addition to the line, and yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find that vintage figure. Alright, so here is our vintage Thunder Punch He-Man. And this guy's, he's a little wore out. He's discolored. He's got that leg rot right at the crotch area. But it's good enough for you to see what the vintage looked like. He's a little more bulkier than your typical MOTU figure. The feet were thicker, most likely because it's a heavier figure. And that was to make sure he was stable enough to stand. His hands were different too, because he's got the open hand here for holding things, but then this fist just stays closed because that's the Thunder Punch fist. And then you had this little compartment here, which is all corroded and wore out, but you put the caps in here, and then when you did the punch, it would make the little popping noise. Alright, so now we have our vintage alongside our modern version of Thunder Punch He-Man. And as you can see, they took all the design cues and translated it very well into the new modern figure, keeping all the modern sensibilities and the articulation. Of course, they cut out a lot of the things that made this one unique, as you know, as far as using the little pop gun pieces on his back to make the popping noise. We don't have the armor that's molded onto the torso anymore. We actually have removable armor on this, which is a cost-saving measure that totally made sense because they can use the same buck for molding to use the arms and chest and legs and everything. But one thing I'm noticing, if you look at the legs on this He-Man, color-wise, it almost looks like he's got pants on, doesn't it? Because it's such a different shade than the rest of his body. And I'm not sure why that's that way, because I don't recall him having pants. But you can see the way it's painted. And obviously with our vintage, it was meant to be his skin color. But this is off quite a bit. Now, I don't know how well that's going to show up in the camera. But I can tell you in person, there's a huge difference in that skin tone between the legs and his arms and chest. But it's not a big deal. What do you guys think? You going to pick this one up? Have you already ordered it already? Because I know a lot of places it's kind of hard to find. They're either sold out or everything's on pre-order until Eternia. Anyway, so let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments. As always, appreciate you guys sticking around and watch the video. Give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I look at the numbers a lot, and it's really weird that I've got 98% of the people who watch the channel aren't even subscribed. So it's like, come on, guys! If you're watching it anyway, you might as well subscribe to the channel, so you'll see me when my videos pop up. So anyway, I appreciate you guys sticking around. Everybody have a great day, and I'll be back with more later. Thanks.